when lives are on the line.
Are there any obvious injuries?
These men and women will risk theirs.
The lad who was driving got blood coming out of his face.
To save yours.
RTC trap.
They deal with the most serious injuries.
The patient is described as bleeding heavily.
Directly below his ear. There's a lot of blood there.
The most critical illnesses.
The reports of a male who's in cardiac arrest, and without any action, the patient will die.
The two Yorkshire Air Ambulances cover Britain's biggest county.
He's fallen 30 foot from the roof. Oh, yeah. He's got a big cut to his head.
5 million people rely on them.
All right, sorry, sweetheart.
To deliver cutting-edge emergency medicine.
We're just going to go to sleep. He's not looking particularly good.
At high speed.
If you can activate your major hemorrhage protocol.
Every day brings high stakes.
We're going to a male that managed to amputate his hand.
He put his hand in the wood to move it along and it caught his sleeve, pulled his arm in.
Can you feel your fingers at all? Yeah.
High drama.
She was in arrest when we got her out of the car. OK, back on the chest, charge it up for me.
Is everybody clear?
Now!
And high pressure.
She slipped and fell and hit her head.
We just want to rule out a kind of injury to your neck.
The second the siren sounds at Air Ambulance headquarters,
You've got a job.
the race to get the helicopter off the ground begins.
I'll go over to there, mate. We'll do a helipad from the spot. Everyone's OK in the back? Yeah, all good. Yeah, got a nice strong wind today, actually. That might be easy.
Flight, don't we?
Dr. Paul and the team are racing to a grisly case near York.
We're going to a male that managed to amputate his arm or his hand with a chainsaw or an angle grinder. Not quite sure at the moment. The person making the 999 call understandably sounded quite panicky and concerned. They've told us that it's gone through the bone and we're not sure if the hand's still attached or not. So I guess from our point of view, the immediate consideration is what we call catastrophic hemorrhage. So it sounds like they've applied a temporary tourniquet, but we've got tourniquets with us that we can apply if we need to.
Without trained medical help, the man's in danger of bleeding to death. But the team have saved severed hands before.
There's some incredible surgeons around at the moment. In the UK, there's been hand transplants done in the last few years, so hopefully there's always an outside chance that this person's hand can be reattached. Therefore, we need to look after the hand, and we need to keep it as clean as possible, and we need to keep it as cool as possible, ideally in a plastic bag and then in some cold or some iced water. We take that with us to the hospital to show the surgeons, and hopefully they can try and reattach things.
The DCA's on scene. I can see it. It's 4 o'clock below, Cole.
Yeah, but the
White van, DCA.
Yeah, wires on the overshoot, field's clear itself. Yeah, indication of wind looks pretty flat actually, but we'll take out the auto trim, please. Okay, you want it out now? Yeah.
Pilot Colin's aiming to land in a field near a garden where a summer house is under construction.
RRV's just gone past.
Right,
yeah. Happy there? Don't want to get too muddy? Yeah. Okay, through down, clear to go. You have to me straight out, Colin. Yeah, might as well just go from the back end.
The patient's in the back of the ambulance.
40-year-old gentleman, just have a look. Yep. Hi mate, Paul, one of the doctors.
Phil Rhodes was working on the summer house when it happened.
Technical saw injury. When we arrived, the gentleman did an improvised tourniquet which stopped the bleed. However, since we've moved him, that has failed, they start bleeding again, but we've put a tourniquet ourselves.
Just make sure that's actually stopped it, mate.
Just have a quick look. Yeah, sure. Bleeding. Has that stopped bleeding? Yeah. Still oozing.
Phil's hand is hanging on by a small piece of flesh.
How much of it's still attached is probably what we need to look at when we can do, in terms of whether we just need to cut it off or...
His workmate saved his life by using a makeshift tourniquet.
I was just chopping some wood with a circular saw, and he put his hand in the wood to move it along, and it caught his sleeve, pulled his arm in, and just severed his hand. We come to the front, we got out of his jacket, wrapped it around his arm, tightened it up so the blood stopped coming out, and just sat him down and waited for ambulance.
What we're going to do, Phil, we're going to get you wired up to a load of monitoring. Right. Okay. We're going to give you a bit of
pain relief. All right, you need some strong pain relief given what's happened.
Let's find out what he's doing in
All
it.
right, can you feel your fingers at all?
Yeah.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
You can feel that. Can you feel that finger? Can you feel your thumb? So you can feel in middle, ring finger and little finger, but not his index finger or thumb.
So he's got radian and partial median, but has sensation and illness.
His pain is great news. It suggests the nerves haven't been severed, and there's a chance his hand can be saved.
Right. Well, we need to get you wired up before we start giving you some. We're going to give you some ketamine. All right, horse tranquilizer. It's going to space you out a little bit. You might feel a bit weird with ketamine. All right. That's completely normal. Okay. What we don't want to do is, like, lots of things going on and you start looking at your arm and everything, it's actually just make you even worse with the drug that's on board, all right? So we'll probably just get you to look away while we just have a look at it. All right, we need to see which, we know it's gone through one bone, but we need to have a look at the other one, all right?
Quite a nasty injury, so he's got a partial amputation to his left wrist at about this kind of level here. He's gone entirely through, you've got 2 bones in your forearm, he's gone entirely through his radius bone, which is the bigger bone in the forearm. He seems to have gone through the radial artery and some of the nerves on that side of the wrist. Sounds like there's been some significant bleeding when the crew first arrived, so we've attached a tourniquet to his hand. We're just giving him some pain relief now and some comoxiclav, which is some antibiotic to try and stop any further infection, and then we're going to get into Leeds reasonably quickly because we know we've got the tourniquet on, so the surgeons need to be aware of it and take him straight to the operating theatre.
Paul, I reckon about 90 kilos. I'm going to give him, I think, 20 to start off with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon
That's quite a big chap as well, and blood pressure is good. And then, do you want to come in and we'll have a look?
Yeah, we can do, yeah. And then after that...
And then once it's dressed, we'll make sure... I think the illness is still intact.
Paramedic Tyrone will get Phil's pain under control, while Paul assesses how much blood he's lost.
The rest of it's there if you need it. I'm just going to go and have a quick look at how much blood there is about.
Phil's a builder who was cutting fresh timber with a chop saw.
Where he's done it, actually. Where was he? Just here? Yeah, fair enough, mate. Does friends and family know and stuff like that?
I'm going to go see his mum now. I'm going to tidy all his tools up and I'll go see his mum.
Right,
Let
okay.
her know that he's off to LGI.
Yeah, so we're going to take him to LGI, okay. It's obviously a fairly nasty injury. We'll need to go
Think you'll be able to...
Don't know. Need to go to theatre and they'll be able to have a good look at it in there. Okay, it's quite a long path from here. They may well be able to reattach things, but again, there's risks in terms of infection and other things down the line. But yeah, if you let his family know.
Phil relies on his hands to make a living. This is a devastating accident for him.
Right, ketamine 1008. Do you want to just jump up, Paul, and we'll have a look?
You want to ask control what time it's around?
Yeah, of course.
If we're happy that the second tourniquet has stopped it, let's release the second one after. Once we start having a look at it, because he's got a makeshift on, hasn't he? Okay, yeah. So once we assess it and make sure it's not bleeding, we'll release the second.
He's got our one on and a makeshift one.
Makeshift one, but the our one's more approximate, distal to that. Got a lot of swelling up there. I can't get to cut this off.
Tyrone and paramedic James need to see the extent of the damage without causing more blood loss. It won't be easy.
How are you feeling? All right? Okay, yeah, good. You're doing, yeah. It's completely normal, all right? The good thing about the drug that you're having is that you probably won't remember anything that's happening, okay? But that's all normal, Phil, okay?
At last, Tyrone can see the wound, and it's even more serious than they feared.
He's gone through both bones, yeah. Whoever's in the front, would you mind just starting up and then getting us setting off to aircraft and then...
Yeah, whereabouts are you?
We just turn the street, turn right, and we're just in field on left there.
Is that not good going too far?
So the good thing is you've still got feeling to your fingers, or three fingers, yeah?
Not good going too far.
No, it's not good to going through both, but you're going to need a lot of surgery on that arm, all right? So let's take a positive out of all this that you're still not feeling to your hand, okay?
It's quite a lot up there.
Right, okay, I'm just going to give you some more ketamine. All right, buddy.
The longer his hand is starved of blood, the harder it will be to save. The race is on to get Phil to hospital, 25 miles away in Leeds.
We're good to go, yeah, whenever you are, yeah.
The ketamine is easing his pain.
Right, it's blood. So we're currently in York. We've got Phil, who's 47. The job is as given. He's had a industrial accident with a circular saw, and as we got to seeing the ambulance staff at scene have actually applied a tourniquet, which is really, really good to stop any further bleeding. We've offered him some analgesics, we've given some ketamine just to help with the pain, and had a good examination of the wound before we head back to the aircraft. It appears that he's actually gone through both bones in his mid-forearm, his radius and ulnar, so we're going to waste no time to get him across to Leeds.
The ketamine means Phil is now much calmer.
Did you get any backup out on the van?
What's in it?
I don't know.
Keep going straight.
Oh, I'm in cheese.
Oh, medic, missus. Oh, it's best sandwiches, then, aren't they? You just watch your head on the aerial. Bring that leg over, your other leg.
Phil's on his way to the regional trauma centre.
Right, James, are you all right there?
That happens to be the base of the team that pioneered hand transplants.
Yeah, you're all right, yeah. Right, someone's got his arm. Right, Phil, lay down.
Their know-how could be crucial for Phil.
Perfect. That's how we do it.
It's a 12-minute flight at maximum cruising speed.
This patient's got quite a lot of pain at the moment. I think the adrenaline's gradually wearing off, so when he initially had the injury, I think he had a lot of adrenaline on board and therefore couldn't feel the pain too much, but as we're flying in at the moment, he's starting to complain of more pain, so we're giving him a drug called ketamine, which is a strong painkiller that we carry, and as we've given him more of that in the flight, he seems to be more settled as we go along. So we'll start going down towards the landing pad at the LGI, okay? Right, so when we come into landing, it can be a bit bumpy and rattly, but it's all normal.
Pilot Colin is flying Phil into the Leeds General Infirmary helipad.
So we've got the two white cranes to the right as well.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by high-rise construction sites.
So I'm going to go to the left-hand side of those and just let the cock into wind.
Okay.
That's good. Happy with that? It's going to cancel the warning. I know it's not quite straight down, but we're into wind.
Okay.
There we are. That's smooth. It's better than the last one. Didn't feel it.
The hospital's firefighting team will help rush Phil down to waiting surgeons.
So we've got Phil. He's 47-year-old. At about 9:35 this morning, he's been doing some work involving a chop saw at home, chopping some wood, where he's caught his lower forearm. The circular saw has actually gone through the radius and ulnar, with still some tissue attached. There was a makeshift tourniquet in place prior to the ambulance service, but the first tourniquet on scene by the ambulance service was at 9:55. That's the only injury that we've found. On scene, he was talking, no other injuries. Obs-wise, he had a heart rate of 90, respiratory rate of 30, blood pressure 130, 1/90, GCS of 15 throughout. He still does have some sensation to his middle finger, ring finger, and little finger on the same hand.
It's an hour since the accident. Phil will be in surgery within minutes, but saving his hand will require skill and a lot of luck. It's lunchtime at the Nostell Air Base, but dispatcher Pete is putting food on hold.
Might send you out. We've got someone who's been hit by a car who's unconscious.
Details from the 999 call sound serious.
Breathing, conscious, no. Try to call a person. I cannot find a pulse, right, get going.
Helimed 99 is 11 miles from the scene of the emergency.
Engines both to fly. Flight both guarded. Confirm both flight guarded. Doors and harnesses. Close secure on the right.
Dr. Chris and paramedics Lisa and Daz are heading for South Yorkshire at 150 miles per hour.
ETA, what we've got? 6 minutes at the moment.
Just on our way to an incident the Doncaster area, reports of a patient who's been hit by a car. The initial call onto the ambulance service says the patient isn't breathing, so one of our concerns is this patient may be in cardiac arrest. Things don't really get any worse than that.
Are there any resources on scene?
There was when we set off, there were about 4 or 5 minutes out, so there should be at least an hour.
Okay,
CPR in progress, Paul Holmes is on scene.
Is he?
I thought he would be. He lives just round the corner from here.
Paul's one of the team's paramedics. He's due on shift in 2 hours.
The church is to the right of it. There's like a little path running through trees. It's there.
Oh yeah, visual.
Excellent scene, preparing to land.
Pilot Steve must find a landing site in the middle of town.
So this is where I want to be. Just at the bottom of this lot here. Looks clear on the right. Everything's stabilised now.
Clear left. You're good there.
Thank you.
Left rear looks good.
Right's on the was good.
It's a difficult place to touch down. but just big enough.
All right, I'm just going to move forward now that we're clear of that. I'll put it on the grass here. Still good left. Thank you. Dog walker there, yeah. Okay, guys, you clear out into the 2 o'clock.
Paramedic Paul was driving past with his wife, who also works for the ambulance service. It's an unexpected end to their Valentine's Day outing.
Hi, Paul.
So, it's a medical arrest. She's basically come across, travelling that way and into the ward. We came round the corner and basically, you took up that sec. Basically what's happened is she was in arrest when we got her out of the car. CPR, got the defib from the local unit, which is one DC shot. Yeah. All right.
The patient is 64-year-old school cleaner Elaine Mace. She collapsed at the wheel.
Paul, do you want to carry on leading because you know what's going on? Are you happy doing that? Yeah?
If you can do me a favour and just make sure the airway's all right, you're happy with the airway. We did have an entidal initially when I put the eye gel in at 5.5. Okay. So we've got the metronome running anyway. Karen, can you sort the drugs out for me?
Elaine's in cardiac arrest. Her heart's been restarted twice, but has quickly stopped again, despite Paul's skills.
We were actually just driving down the road because we actually live in Wath. Obviously noticed some people trying to get a lady out of a car, so obviously we stopped, found out she was in cardiac arrest, so we managed to get out and start CPR straight away. Obviously somebody was already on the phone to the ambulance, which was a bonus anyway, so we could understand quite quickly where the nearest defibrillator was, which, fortunately for the lady, is actually literally probably only about 100 metres away from where she is.
Giving CPR is tiring, and Chris is taking his turn.
Paul, we're going continuous chest compressions to ventilation.
I'm happy if you are.
The sound of the crash alerted people in the area.
I originally thought the car were on fire. Just seen a load of smoke coming out from doors and everything. I couldn't actually see if anybody were in car or not. I've jumped out and had a look. I've just pulled doors open as I've got the issue of gasping for breath. And then other lady come up, tried to find the pulse on it, were really weak. All we've done is just phone 999. They've took us through what to do here.
5 seconds, Chris.
The team are using all their skills to revive her.
Right, guys, stop there for a rhythm check. That still looks like a shockable rhythm. Okay, back on the chest, charge it up for me.
Do you want me to do compressions after it's shot?
Yeah, got the swap, yeah.
What's your leg, Karen?
Okay, is everybody clear?
Now.
The shock from the defibrillator is designed to kick Elaine's heart back into a normal rhythm, but it's not working.
She's had 4 shots.
Paul's wife, Davina, is also taking her turn.
So I think we should continue for at least until we get basically an outcome or something changes where taking her in will change that outcome.
We were straight on chest the second she came out of the car.
Yeah.
She's quite a good colour, but that might just be good CPR with ventilation.
Then there's a breakthrough.
I've got something. I've got femoral.
Okay.
Her heart is beating again.
I'm not sure, but...
I've got a femoral.
Okay.
0.7. So she's still very critical. She's not ventilating for herself, so obviously we're still ventilating to try and oxygenate her as best as we can, but her heart has now restarted. We managed to shock her a few times before the ambulance crew turned up, so obviously that's been quite beneficial. She's actually, looks like she's just picked up some medication for heart problems that she's got, but I think she's literally just collapsed at the wheel, probably not known much about it, maybe a bit of chest pain beforehand, and just hasn't stopped in time. And the second she hit the wall, obviously she'd collapsed, and bystanders have managed to get her out.
Right, should we get in? Somebody needs to ring Rotherham. We need to give atropine.
They're preparing to take her to Rotherham Hospital, but then her heart stops again.
We can't feel a pulse, sir.
No pulse, right, okay. Can you ring Rotherham, jump in and ring Rotherham? We need our bags. Des, can you sort our bags out on thingy and I'll take over from that?
So I'll take over leading. Yeah, give the adrenaline now, please.
They're going to continue the fight for her life in the back of the ambulance.
Yeah, Pete, we're all loaded onto the back of the DCA. Patients were arrested, so we're just going to continue CPR in situ for them and until I'll update you shortly.
Okay, so I'll sort her airway out. You leave the airway to me, right?
See you guys at the hospital. Do you want me to travel with you or you have to?
8 miles away, the hospital trauma team is waiting to take over the fight for Elaine's life. But it's a battle they may not win.
The guys are now transferring it into Rotherham General trying to stabilise her on the way, and hopefully they'll be able to do sort of more when we get there. We're still unsure as to why she's gone into cardiac arrest yet, but yeah, we might find out more at hospital.
For Paul and his wife, Valentine's Day is over. It's time for him to head to the airbase for the late shift. Working on an air ambulance is all about multi-skilling. And paramedics like Tony have to help care for their helicopters too. Training means Tony's as familiar with the anatomy of Helimed 98 as he is with his patients. And when the team is scrambled, medics must become airmen.
RFD's easy? RFD's, yeah, no change, 1027. It is off and stowed, we're going to the south, and brief is going to be a Vita 1 departure out of here.
Today, pilot Lee is flying Tony, Tyrone and Dr. Andy to South Yorkshire.
Did you get a gist of what we're going on, Tony? No, go on, just tell us. So there's somebody being trapped by their own car against a wall.
Okay. It was all a bit unknown. The bloke wasn't panicking particularly, but you could just, in his voice, there was a...
I don't want to worry you, but
right.
this is not good, yeah.
What's up?
No, I'm just talking about that job.
Oh, okay.
So, no.
Worried me then?
No. No, you'll know if I'm worried. I won't talk.
The team are already planning the patient's treatment.
Okay, we're looking at hospitals. Sheffield Northern's only 5 miles away, so...
Oh, really? Okay.
We're 4.9, so Rotherham's 2.7 if it's not required.
Hopefully this is going to be a very low speed and there won't be anything particularly serious. But obviously with that story there's potential for very serious injuries. The worst case scenario is that he could have something like a very severe pelvic fracture, femur fractures, and you can bleed an awful lot from those. So the worst case particularly could be that as soon as you release him and move the car, you can suddenly start hemorrhaging, and that can be a life-threatening bleed. So that would be one of the things that we're very mindful of.
The accidents happened in a busy built-up area of town.
Got the mast on the hill? Yeah, got the mast, mate.
Landing sites are at a premium.
Yeah, visual with the ambulance, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, ambulance. I reckon it's going to have to be this park.
Yeah, that's good, mate.
Right, 3 o'clock low.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lee has seconds to decide how to get his medics on the ground.
Speed's good, height's good. Clear on the right. Garages. Okay.
It would be illegal for any other pilot to land here without permission and hours of planning.
Over the garages.
Lee's relying on his crew to help spot the dangers.
Be right on top of the goalpost. Yep, continuing forward and down. Clear on the right. Good left.
Yeah, good night.
This is about as close as I'm going to be able to get you guys.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Yeah, where are we going, Toad?
So just up to Main Road and left.
Alright.
He's landing his team just 200 yards from the accident.
Okay guys, we're down, you clear out.
Dr. Andy and Tony are on their way to back up a local ground crew working on a man who was trapped by his own car.
Hello.
That's Matt's car. Yeah. He's got out of the car and he's trapped his leg against this wall. When we've got here, his legs are up in air and he's down here. We've released the car, but it's not actually fallen over the wall. It's been lowered.
Right,
just
okay.
with his legs in air. So we've turned him round and this is what we've got.
Matt's lucky to be alive after an accident in a pub car park.
You normally fit them well?
Bloody hell, yeah. Playing football tonight.
Yeah. Do you hurt anywhere else? Or was it just your leg that was pinned?
Below the knee.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, like at the minute, out of 10. Not been known to take.
Bar staff dialed 999.
Me and my colleague were just on the fire exit, just having a cigarette, and a customer's pulled in the car park, just asking if he thinks he left his wallet in the pub last night. So I've came down to have a look in the pub, and as I came down, he had some screaming and shouting, and Chris followed me downstairs. And we came out and the handbrake snapped on the car, and it was in the side of the pub, and the guy was laying there with his leg caught between the car and the wall. Obviously I were in panic at first, so we rang an ambulance and they said at first not to move the car, and then afterwards, a couple of minutes later, they said to us that we couldn't move the car, so I pulled it up into the car park. I had to keep my foot on the brake for a couple of minutes because obviously the handbrake's given way, and then I've just had to reverse it back a bit just so it's leant against something.
It looks like Matt's had a lucky escape. His leg was crushed, but it doesn't appear to be broken.
Yeah, update from his job in Rotherham. The patient was just pinned by his lower leg against a very low wall. He now says that his pain is minimal. His left leg is in a box splint. There's some obvious bruising to it, but no obvious external signs of a fracture. So he's just having his primary survey repeated in the back of the DCA. But if there's no change, I would imagine he's going to go to Rotherham by land with the DCA crew. Over.
But it's too soon to be confident Matt's escaped lightly from what could have been a fatal accident. Crush injuries can result in delayed but lethal side effects.
So you've not got any pain, sort of?
No, honestly, it's all well below the knee. I go take it.
You've put weight through that one, haven't you?
Yeah, that one's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to be gentle. Sore there?
Yeah, where you're touching, that's basically where it starts to get a little bit numb, a little bit sore. Not sore as such, I can feel you touching. Oh, yeah, that's,
okay.
Yeah, I can feel that, thank you.
Okay.
Dr. Andy wants to be sure it's safe to send Matt to A&E by road, rather than fly him to a major trauma centre.
Take some breaths in and out for me. And again. Good. And again. Good. Just relax, you're fine. No pain in your tummy. And your hips are all right. It appears to be an isolated injury to his lower leg, so obviously he could have a fracture there, a break in his lower leg. Or he could have something called compartment syndrome, when you get a lot of pressure building up in the muscle compartments. There's not a lot of space for it to swell into, so that can start to compress some of the structures in there. So that'd be a concern, kind of thinking moving forward. That's not anything we have to do anything about right now. It's just something we have to bear in mind, and then the hospital staff will keep that in mind as well, because when they examine him. But right now he hasn't got any signs of that, so I'm not overly worried.
Matt will be heading straight to X-ray as soon as he arrives at A&E, and his recovery may not be as straightforward as it seems.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
Every day, a computer program helps ambulance controllers diagnose thousands of medical conditions.
Okay, if he becomes less awake or he starts getting worse, tell me immediately.
Some are minor, some serious.
They're saying she's got pain in her chest.
Dispatcher James is listening in to a 999 call.
Yeah, go have a look.
He's sending Helimed 99 from the Topcliffe Air Base.
Okay, we'll lift it to the hover, it'll be a clear air departure down the taxiway there. Run happy? Good, yep. Away we go. Beautiful day. Turned out lovely. Alright.
Pilot Harry knows the area well.
Oh, it's at Old Walk, at the hotel.
Ah, there you go.
This is a very posh hotel.
That's why we're going.
I think it's got a golf course attached to it, this hotel.
I believe so, yeah.
It has, so chances are we're going to land on the middle of a golf course.
There are reports the patient is vomiting blood in the restaurant.
Right, visual the large building, which I assume to be the manor. Coming up into the 12:30, I'll fly down the right-hand side, kit for your benefit. Thank you. Do we have a resource on scene?
There might or might not be. There's some travelling.
Right. Okie dokie. There's the main car park. Where do we think the restaurant's going to be? Well, it's all good. It's all
the big house.
It's all golf course around it, isn't it? So, right. Okay, the RV appears to be parked at this side.
9-8 visual received, preparing to land over.
There's some wires down there we're just flying under, but I can't see any more on this particular bit.
Can't see any wires.
Roger that. Okay, it is a little bit windy as turbulent as we come under the trees there.
Harry's touching down at a hotel that charges up to £400 a night and is a major events venue.
Just a few leaves blowing up.
And we are getting videoed, which is just wonderful. I do like it when people video us.
There's a wedding. There's a wedding.
Having photos as we speak. Oh no! Leave us fully down. You're clear to go. Just hurry, bye. Right.
A family wedding has been hit by a medical emergency.
All right, Joe.
Okay.
Jo Holden works in the hotel. Her boss tried to help.
About an hour ago, she just... No. She's been with me since 6 o'clock this morning. She was alright, sweetheart. About an hour ago it started. Right, can we get on?
Did you think start before you were sick, or was it sickness that started?
No, the pain started before about an hour ago. She said that she started having indigestion, and then she come back to me, and then she just said she started with tingling in her arm and her fingers, and then she's been like this ever since. About 40 minutes today?
The hotel first aider dialed 999.
I was told to come to the restaurant, try to get her comfortable, kept talking to her and breathing, and basically was there for about 15-20 minutes until the professionals turned up.
Joe, have you got any pain in your back? No. No?
There's one here.
All right. You're all right.
Kit and Andy fear Joe may be bleeding internally. It could be a perforated ulcer.
Come on.
There we go, love.
But Andy has another theory.
Are you allergic to anything?
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen.
I'm not sure.
What's your name again, lovey? Joe. Joe. Do you feel like you're going to fall off that chair just at the moment?
All right. It's all right.
Can you sit back just a touch for us? Is that the pain? Okie doke, lovey. I've got some ondansetron in my hand, mate. We're going to get you on our chair, OK?
He's going to give her a drug that prevents sickness.
And some fluid too, just in case you want to take it.
Yeah. Guys, that's ondansetron. There's some ondansetron there for. And give her as soon as she's stable. We'll take that syringe off you.
They're going to take her to an ambulance to examine her more thoroughly.
Desk medic 1. Yeah, just a quick update, what I know so far. Lady's just leaving at the moment. Yeah, she is a chest pain. It's epigastric pain with vomiting, possibly some blood as well. Potentially an ulcer, could still yet be a STEMI. We're not sure. We're just going to get the ECG as soon as we get on board, and then I'll be able to update you with a definitive location and whether or not we're transporting her.
A STEMI is a serious heart attack. Pads have been stuck on Joe's chest in case they need to shock her heart back into rhythm.
Yeah, blood pressure's fine. I'm just going to get a blood pressure on the other arm. Right, I'll start sorting our gear out.
This is a medical mystery.
7.5.
I'll give the desk an update and I'll get out your hair. I'm off.
Well, we're quite worried about Jo. We think that there's a chance that she's maybe got a ruptured ulcer or something similar going on. So it's really important that she gets seen very quickly at the hospital. Now, from where we are here, with the ambulance being here already, if we were to fly her to the local district general, we'd have to transfer her in the land ambulance. So it's a bit quicker for us to take her in the road ambulance in this instance.
Jo is on her way to specialists in York. The team hope they'll be able to solve the mystery of her agonising condition. Nearly 1.5 million foreign tourists visit Yorkshire every year, attracted by the ancient streets of York, the beauty of Whitby, or the wide open spaces of the Dales.
A desk from 99 listed.
But today, one overseas visitor is in trouble.
Heading towards Studley Pike. Over.
Paramedics Sammy and Al are heading out to join an emergency operation in the Pennines. Mountain rescue volunteers in the Calder Valley are trying to reach a woman who's collapsed with a suspected broken ankle.
Calder Control, Helibed 99.
Morning, Helibed 99.
Morning, Anne. We're en route to your location with an ETA of 15 minutes to the Pike.
When he's off duty, Al's a member of the rescue team himself.
Roger to that, we're putting vehicles in at end of Declane and Lupper.
We're on the way to the South Pennine Moors up above the town of Hebden Bridge. There's an old war memorial monument up there called Studley Pike, and we've been given information there's a casualty with a leg injury actually at Studley Pike. It's a relatively inaccessible location. You can get a four-wheel drive to within about 1.5 miles of it, but there's no direct access to it other than on foot. So we're en route, the local mountain rescue team are en route as well. We've just been talking to them on the radio. They're sending vehicles in from 2 different sides, so hopefully we'll be able to get right into the patient, but if not, we might have to come up with a plan B.
We're starting up at the end of Dick Lane now, and we're going to walk towards the Pike with fell party kit.
5 minutes to run, Al. Have the crew definitely confirmed she's at the Pike?
We've done a phone find on the casualties mobile, and that confirmed they were at the Pike, so I'd go to the Pike, I think.
Yeah, let's go to the Pike.
They're circling a stone memorial 1,300 feet up, on the hills above Hebden Bridge.
So I've got a group of people at 1 o'clock to the Pike itself.
Mountain rescue team.
Yeah.
Calder control, element 99's visual with the CAS site. We'll landing shortly.
The obelisk was put up to mark the defeat of Napoleon, but pilot Collins giving it plenty of room.
Is that a good distance about here?
Yeah, we're going to have a mountain rescue team to assist, so it doesn't matter that we're really close. There'll be plenty of people.
Just have a quick look at this area here.
Sure.
That looks all right. You good on the right?
All looks good.
Their patient fell at one of Yorkshire's most remote attractions.
Hello.
Are you all right? My name's Matt. Nice to meet you.
I'm Al. It's Alison.
A local paramedic had to hike more than a mile to get here.
Alison was stood on top of here, had a funny turn, fell off, she's rolled her ankle.
Okay.
She can feel her feet. There's no obvious fractures or deformities or anything like that.
Okay.
How much pain are you in?
Not much at the moment.
Okay. Shall we give her some paracetamol then? Some ibuprofen to be going on with.
Ali and her partner travelled a long way to Yorkshire.
We're from Sydney, Australia, and came over to see the Women's World Cup and catch up with friends. We were going for a walk and Alison was taking a photo. She got up on a rock, but then as she was coming down, she slipped and fell and hit her head.
And then as I came up, I thought I felt really faint. And,
Okay.
Yeah, so, people came to help and everything. And I always fainted almost straight away. So.
Okay.
She fainted and her breathing was very weird.
Yeah.
She was struggling breathing as well, and we got really scared. We lifted her up and then she came to, but she said she felt that she'd been out it was only about 30 seconds or so, but she said she felt she'd been out of it for about a week.
Before we kind of go too much further, we just want to rule out a kind of injury to your neck because you have fallen and banged your head and you have been unconscious as well.
I don't think she's ever had a faint like that before, so, she's worried about it as well.
Al wants to rule out a serious medical condition or a neck injury, as well as treat her ankle.
We've been 5 weeks on holiday, France, Italy and England, and we're going home in a couple of days. So, Alison said at least it didn't happen when we were cycling in France.
Our intention is to fly the lady to Blackburn. Over.
Mountain Rescue have hiked across the moor to reach them.
Okay, thanks. Our challenge here is just literally where she is. We're at least a mile from a track. Mountain Rescue are exemplary at getting here with the right pieces of kit. We're even going to borrow their stretcher to get her to the aircraft. And then we will literally fly her to the hospital. Not because she's life-threatening, just because of where we are.
So mainly putting this in because we're going to just give you a little bit of something in case you feel a bit sick.
Ali's other half is accompanying her to hospital.
So what we'll do, we'll introduce you to the pilot and he'll give you a mini briefing. We'll sit you in, strap you in, we'll give you a headset. If you've got any questions, just wait till we've taken off.
Yeah.
Or ask beforehand.
Yes. Yeah.
And your partner will be laid flat on the stretcher, so you'll be right at the side of him. It's quite
good.
compact.
Good.
Have you ever flown in a helicopter before?
No, so I'm quite excited.
They're heading into Lancashire, to the nearest trauma unit.
Hello there, it's Al, one of the paramedics with Helimed 99. I'm just on the moors up above Todmorden with a lady that lost her balance, fallen over, banged her head and sustained an injury to her left ankle. All her obs are normal, which is relatively pain-free. Prepare to lift, brace, be about a 5-10 minute carry to the aircraft and then a 15-minute to you, so let's say half an hour. Okay, we'll see you then. Bye.
I'll come into Lava and I will depart that way with a helipad for departure.
Roger. Big obelisk, 11 o'clock.
Thank you. Yeah, don't crash into the obelisk, otherwise there might be another war.
Yeah.
Calder control, element 99. We've lifted for Blackburn. Thanks for your help.
Roger that.
This flight will save Ali a lot of pain and discomfort. Her ankle may require surgery.
It's a good sort of half an hour's carry for the mountain rescue team from there down to a vehicle, and then it's you're on a bumpy track before you get to the road. So you're looking at maybe 3/4 of an hour of kind of discomfort for the patient. We could just get her to hospital quicker and smoother using the aircraft.
It's Colin's first visit to Blackburn.
So the hospital's this side of the main conurbation.
Yep.
It does stand out, the helipad, and then it's a car park in the hospital. Oh, looks good left. Beautiful. Air desk from 99 landed.
Right, we're going to get you out of the helicopter now.
Okay.
Onto like a little trolley and they'll push into it and I'll come in with you.
Okay, thank you.
And explain what's happening.
Thank you.
Ali's made it from the Pike to hospital in less than 15 minutes. It's hoped doctors will be able to treat her ankle so she can fly home soon. But this appointment in A&E could lead to a long layover in the UK she wasn't expecting. Happily, X-rays reveal Ali has just torn a ligament in her left ankle. It's a painful injury, but she's well enough to fly home to Sydney 3 days later in a moon boot.
And to hear this helicopter, my thought was, goodness me, they're coming for me. And I actually thought they were going to land almost on the rock that I was, leaning against. It felt very close.
And a few months later, she's now married to Anne and back in the Australian sun. Her medical injury was an unexpected end to a dream holiday.
We're staying at the wonderful holiday we'd had. We've been on all sorts of modes of transport. And about 20 minutes before that, without word of a lie, I said, oh, the only thing we haven't done is a helicopter. So, of course, I was teased about it later, saying, we're going to do anything to get a helicopter right.
Has that stopped bleeding?
Yeah.
Still oozing.
For builder Phil, the day he all but severed his hand in an accident with a saw is burned in his memory.
A lot of stuff goes through your head, like, what am I going to do now? I've lost my arm, I'm not going to have my arm. I thought, that's it, I've lost my hand. And how am I going to drive? How am I going to carry on at work? What am I going to do? And even when I got to the hospital and they said to me, all right, we'll get you in surgery and get your hand back on, I was like, yeah, right, you won't get that back on, no chance.
But Phil was wrong. Thanks to 2 major operations, doctors managed to restore feeling and blood supply to his hand.
I had an operation for 12 hours, and then on the Friday when I went back again, that's when they connected all of the bones back up and the tendons and all the other little bits and bats what they need to put together.
The massive injury he suffered has left him with major scarring, but he has almost full use of his hand.
It was a mess when we got her out of the car.
Sadly, 64-year-old Elaine, who collapsed at the wheel of her car after a massive heart attack, died 2 days later, despite the efforts of first aiders and paramedic Paul and his wife.
Are you allergic to anything?
Hotel worker Jo spent 2 days in hospital. Doctors blamed her illness on a rare allergy to orange juice she'd drunk that morning.
Hello.
Miraculously, Matt, who was crushed by his own car in a freak accident, only suffered muscle and ligament damage. He was confined to bed for 8 weeks, but after a spell on crutches, he's now back on his feet.